My obnoxious college dorm mate plagiarized my essay and passed it off as her own, so I made her pay for it. I got stuck rooming with this girl named Brittany freshman year at State. She was one of those people who never did her own work but somehow always got by. She'd skip lectures, party every weekend, and then cry to professors about her anxiety or dead grandma when assignments were due. It worked every time. She'd get extensions while the rest of us actually studied. We had this huge English paper due in November, worth 30% of our grade. Professor Martinez assigned it in September, gave us 2 full months to research and write about any American author we wanted. I picked Toni Morrison because I'd read Beloved in high school and loved it. Spent weeks in the library reading her other novels, taking notes, building my argument. I had 3 drafts sitting on my desk by the 3rd week of October. Brittany, meanwhile, hadn't even picked an author yet. She kept asking me who I was writing about, and I'd tell her, thinking it was just casual conversation. One night I came back from the gym around 9 and Brittany was at my desk. She jumped when I walked in and quickly closed my laptop, said she was just checking the time because her phone died. I thought it was weird but didn't push it. My essay was password protected anyway, or so I thought. Turns out Brittany had watched me type my password weeks earlier when we were watching Netflix on my computer. She'd copied my entire final draft, saved it to her email, and didn't even bother changing the file name. I found out the day we were supposed to turn in our papers. I submitted mine through the online portal at like 2 a.m. because I'm a procrastinator. That morning, Professor Martinez sent an email to both of us asking us to come to his office hours immediately. My stomach dropped. I knew something was wrong but couldn't figure out what. When I got there, Brittany was already sitting in one of the chairs looking smug. Professor Martinez had both our papers printed out side by side. They were identical, except Brittany had changed maybe 20 words and added her name. Same thesis, same quotes, same analysis. Even the same typo I'd made in the 3rd paragraph where I wrote there instead of there. Professor Martinez looked at me and asked point blank, "Did you two work on this together?" Before I could answer, Brittany jumped in. She started crying these fake tears and said I'd begged her to help me with my essay because I was struggling so bad, that she felt sorry for me and shared her notes, but she never said I could copy her entire paper word for word. I just sat there stunned watching this girl lie to a professor's face. Professor Martinez looked uncomfortable, like he wasn't sure who to believe. Brittany kept going, saying she felt betrayed and hurt that I'd take advantage of her kindness. She was really selling it. Then I remembered something. I pulled out my phone and opened my Google Docs app. "Professor Martinez, can I show you something?" I turned my screen toward him and pulled up the version history on my essay. It showed every single edit I'd made over 2 months. Timestamps from September, October, all the drafts, all the revisions. Then I pulled up Brittany's email on my laptop because she'd left herself logged in on my computer. There was my essay, sent to herself at 11 p.m. the night before it was due, with the subject line English paper. Brittany's face went completely white. Professor Martinez looked at the evidence and his whole demeanor changed. He told Brittany she had exactly 1 minute to tell him the truth, or he was taking this to the dean for academic dishonesty. She cracked immediately, started sobbing real tears this time, saying she panicked because she hadn't started the paper and knew she'd fail. Professor Martinez told her to leave his office. He gave her a 0 on the assignment and reported her to the Academic Integrity Board. But here's where I made her really pay for it. I knew Brittany was on academic probation from last semester. 1 more violation meant automatic suspension. I didn't know that when I showed Professor Martinez the evidence, but once I found out, I made sure every single one of our professors knew what happened. Not to gossip, but because Brittany had a reputation for this kind of thing and people needed to know. She got called before the dean 2 weeks later. 3 professors came forward saying they'd suspected her of plagiarism before but couldn't prove it. The dean suspended her for the spring semester. She had to move out of our dorm in December. The best part? She lost her scholarship. Her parents had to pay full tuition out of pocket if she wanted to come back. I heard through mutual friends that she tried coming back sophomore year but dropped out after 1 semester because she actually had to do her own work for once. Meanwhile, I got an A on that essay and Professor Martinez wrote me a recommendation letter for my internship application.